the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Kaimi Fairbairn getting this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game. From 29, here's 2nd and 4.
The 29-yard line.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Once again, it's Barkley. And good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
38-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 5. Here's Barkley. And you'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Linebacker Troy Anderson there to make a play.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. Down the right sideline. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line. A big play that time on 4th and 1. 56 yards.
Over the course of my career early on, there was a handful of guys that were downfield threats in the passing game, but they did a lot of stuff in the run game. They were really good extra pass protectors, and if you threw them the ball, they had very sure hands. But what we're seeing now is the ability to get deep and add layers into the secondary as a pass-receiving threat, and not only do damage before they catch the ball, but so many of these guys have tremendous ability after the catch.
This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
That's holding at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is 2nd TD catch of the season. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. the score. Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He'll return this from the 10. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
They'll run it for the first time. He's on Robinson. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
2nd and 10.
Like 50, 70, 70. 7 block, Buffalo, Dragon, 60.
Now they'll set up to throw. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike, and he's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, if you just continue to stare down your primary read, you're going to lead the defenders right to the ball, and he's lucky this one just fell incomplete.
Practice 6, 18, 5.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Left side in the hands of London. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That is incomplete. Now they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
And that is just a bad time for a mental mistake. You have to secure that ball before you worry about turning upfield. You know it's 4th down. You know where the marker is. You've got to make that catch and keep this drive alive.
Carl Yeti. 63. Hey, Silvers. Carl Yeti.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. He's going to let this one go deep. And he overshot his man. Out of the end zone, that one's incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they can... to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
No touch it. 180. Carl Yeti. Hey. Carl Yeti. Hey.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Crowd love Yeti. Crowd love Yeti. Go silver, ready? Crowd love Yeti. No throw.
A second down throw for Hurts. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up third and real long.
Yeti, Yeti. Hey, we got to push it up, we got to push it up, we got to push it up. Hey, easy, 63, pass.
Third and long for Hurts. That's off Saquon Barkley. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. As they've got it with fourth down coming up. The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 90, 96.
They'll look to throw. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Falcon first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
It is a big play there for the Falcons. 31 yards.
Let's go now. 7 guys, Falcon, they stuck.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. It's his third touchdown on the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. The quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own
Phil King. Phil King.
Will fake the give. Now it's Hurts. He keeps it himself. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the handoff, this is Barkley. They're going to work this down inside the 45. 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one, a gain of 18.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and
8.
They'll run the draw with Barkley. A gain there of 11. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Crowd left, Yeti. 63, 60. Hey, easy. 63, 63, bad. Going silver, ready?
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Great.
A run with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though, yes. He's got it. That's a 1st down.
Gain of 6. And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Fell a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. As the clock stops, 50 seconds to play until halftime. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Hey! 63. Yanni.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
Dixie Maverick. Come on. 70 Rangers. Panther 11. Go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal. Cowboy 80.
On the option, here's Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
19 White.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Warriors 17. Ready.
Hill drops to throw. He's got it inside the 5. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. So the Eagles will use their 1st timeout here as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. Now it is 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Drake London. Touchdown Atlanta.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
So, final seconds of this 1st half. Looks like they'll take a lead into the locker room as the kick's away. Couple of 1st downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42.
Hey, let's go. Hey!
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll let one go down the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the 1st half, a timeout is called.
A 44-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. We have hit halftime. We'll take a quick break and come back. Second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Come on.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. His throw left side is complete. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
70 Timberwolves. 60 box Dragon 6. Purple 80. 19 type.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Throw over the middle, caught by London. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Back to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Taken back to the other side of midfield. The Falcons getting their punter out there. And back deep is Quez Watkins. That is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
26-yard line.
Good. 180. 63.
On first down, it's Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 35-yard line.
Here's Hurts. Pass caught right side by Henry. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Silver, set. Hey, 73. Hey, Silver.
Throwing is Hurts. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. Third down coming up.
Hey, easy, 63, back. Good, set. Trimmer. Try that, get it. Out. Go Silver, ready? Yo,
Here's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And no return. How good is that? Backs him up all the way to the 2. From his own end zone, he'll set up to throw. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 19, 60, 19.
From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
70, 19.
And it's 3rd down.
And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
They'll go. It's Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the 4th down conversion.
Yeah, sometimes these coaches want to overthink it. They want to dial up these super tricky plays and try to outthink themselves sometimes. And you find yourself here on 4th and real short. Something easy, something your guys have repped a million times. Win the battle up front and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Receiver in motion, headed left. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Second and 5.
68 Warriors, 17, Tennessee Lions. 18, Pioneers. Buffalo, Mustang 19.
Now they'll set up to throw. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Atlanta.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70 Lions. Ready?
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 4. A give, and here comes Robinson. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game more important than how many gross yards you run for?
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Eagles' 37-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70, 70. Hawk 70, Hawk. Ready.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown Falcons. And a special moment as the rookie catches his first NFL touchdown.
And the more they can develop this young tight end, Mike, it just gives this quarterback additional weapons, and it's just going to make this offense even more difficult to stop.
A tight end, his first career NFL touchdown. Do you remember yours?
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I could recall it like it was yesterday, Mike. We were up Sunday night, primetime game, Lambeau Field against Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers. And the previous play, Brian Urlacher recovered a fumble probably around the 20, 25-yard line. Brian Greasy was our quarterback for Chicago, and the ensuing play, threw it up to the left corner of the end zone, and Mike, guess who called the game? None other than the legendary John Madden.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
No touch that. Go simple. 180, 180.
A first down throw for Hurts. And that's complete to A.J. Brown. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
73, 73. No touch that.
Hurts to the air on first down. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
No touch that. Trimmer. 73. 73. No touch.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. They're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain there of 15. Good for an Eagles first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hurts now. This one complete. Right side. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a big play when they needed it the most. It's a gain of 34. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal.
73. 73. Tiger Hornet. Hey, Silver. Crowd left Yanni. Hey. No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up 2nd and goal.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
73.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Devontae Smith, touchdown Eagles. So now an extra point really doesn't help that much. We'll try to go for 2 and make the difference 3. On the zone read, he'll keep it himself. That's going to be caught. They get the 2 points. Man, this could turn out to be important. The lead goes to 3 here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This will be taken in at the 2. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
At their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 19,
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Out wide, that's Robinson. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
ready, set,
Here comes 2nd down.
go! Bronco 80. Bronco Warriors 17.
They'll drop to throw. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
18, pass it, pop it, 50.
They'll look to throw again. Headed left, buying time. Now he takes off. Heading out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Pass the street.
Here's a design run. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a 1st down at the 44-yard line.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
2 1st downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 19, cut 19. 7 Pirates. Let's go.
Now this time he'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll run with Robinson. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down. So the Eagles will use their 1st timeout here. Clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. It's only a yard, but a big yard. 4th and 1. They'll throw out of the gun. That's taken in. Bijan Robinson. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. to add the extra point, and the Falcons have taken a 4-point advantage.
24. Set to kick off.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here is Shipley on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
First down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's first down.
Going silver, ready? Hey! Crowd left Yanni! Hey!
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. The pass, caught by Saquon. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
No challenge flags in the last 2 minutes from the sideline. All second looks will come from replay, and I think the referee's been buzzed here to get another look at this call, and it is a big one. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's first and 10.
73, 63, 63, Yanni, Yanni. Hey, 73, 73. Crowd left Yanni. Alpha, alpha, alpha.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That one to the sideline and incomplete, and a penalty flag now comes in late. Maybe no receiver in the area on that one. Now, on second and long.
Tiger Hornet. Good, set. 180, 180.
To throw is Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Trim it. Kyle left Yanni. Going silver, ready?
Here we go. One final play. Moving left. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish. They win it on the final play.
I don't know how that ball gets through, Mike. It seems like the entire defense was in the end zone awaiting that pass. All they've got to do is knock it down, but somehow it's right on the money. And this has been an incredible finish to this ballgame.
So it's a win here for the Eagles. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.